Scottie Scheffler took charge of the RBC Heritage with a Saturday 63, grabbed it by the throat early Sunday with a chip-in eagle at the second hole, and then cruised to a stormy, darkness-interrupted, chilly Monday finish. Now he's home in Texas with all sorts of records, even more money, and that spiffy tartan jacket.
Yeah, it's nice to be sitting here with the jacket on. It's a good feeling. As far as the week goes, it was a pretty smooth week there for a while. You know, we had the weather yesterday, which was a bit challenging, but and then the conditions changed pretty drastically this morning. But it was nice to get out there and make a couple pars and finish off the tournament the right way.
First player since 1985 to follow up the Masters victory, winning here at RBC Heritage. A lot of people questioning even if you would come this week. Just talk a little bit about what it means to follow up winning in Augusta with another victory so soon.
Yeah, I mean, it was part of our plan this week to come here and play, and I was able to go home for a couple days and celebrate, and yeah, it was. I didn't really put much thought into it. It was just I had committed to playing the tournament. That's really all that it was. It really wasn't too much thought on that. I committed to play here. It was part of the plan, and so we stuck to the plan. And I talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the week. I didn't show up here just to have some sort of ceremony and have everybody tell me congratulations and whatnot. I came here with a purpose and got off to a bit of a slow start, but after that I played some really nice golf. I do have fairly high expectations for myself, and when I show up at tournaments, I try to do my best. And I've talked a lot about kind of the preparation and what it takes for me to show up on a first tee ready to go, and I feel like I've been putting in the work and been playing some good golf, and it's definitely, it's nice to be seeing some results for that with wins. At times last year I felt like I was playing some good golf and wasn't winning, and so now it's nice to be sitting here, winning some tournaments. I think majors are always just feel a little bit different. I think sometimes when you walk out onto the range at the tournaments, you can almost feel the tension in the air. I think especially at the Masters, I think sometimes you walk out there, you can just it just feels different when you walk out. At a normal tour event, there's still a little bit of that, but it's a lot more relaxed, especially showing up Wednesday and it's Pro-Am day, and there's AMs around and there's a lot of people, and it's just a little bit of a different vibe. But by the time the tournament starts on Thursday, it's fairly similar, and I try to be as prepared as possible this week. Well, I think it's always easier said than done to have a good attitude, in the midst of what goes on in the round of golf. And I think I've handled kind of the negative stuff the last month and a half as good as I have since I've been out here on tour. I think I look back to Bay Hill, and I got off to some poor starts there, especially on the greens. I had a really bad first day there on the greens, and yeah, I think I'm just proud of how quickly I've been kind of fighting back from those little mistakes throughout the round and handling the surprises and stuff when it doesn't really go as planned. I think I've become better at managing that. I mean, that's obviously a bit easier when you're winning tournaments, but at the end of the day, I have to get to this position. I don't just show up in the lead on Thursday. You have to play good golf and handle things well. You look at a tournament like this week, could be a good example of starting off, and I'm looking at the leaderboard on Thursday, and everybody's just making birdie after birdie, and I'm sitting there over par, and I've had a shank on the day, and I just did my best to stay patient and kind of waited until I got hot, and had a nice finish to the round on Thursday, and then had a really solid Friday where I felt like I played better than I scored, and then I had Saturday where I just played some really good golf, had a lot of opportunities, made some putts, and posted a nice number, and then I got off to a good start yesterday and kind of just kept it going from there. Hopefully I'll be a good dad. I'm going to do my best. Yeah, I was talking to Meredith on the phone last night, and we both kind of were like, yeah, I don't really think it's officially hit us yet that we're going to be parents. I'll definitely be leaning on my parents for a good amount of advice. They did a great job raising me and my three sisters, and so they're still a big part of our lives, and this will be their second grandchild, and they'll have their third one on the way right after that. My sister's pregnant as well, and so it's an exciting time for Meredith and me. It's an exciting time for the rest of our family, and we're looking forward to this next journey in our life together.
Does it ever get boring?
This?
Hitting just hitting every shot right where you're looking? Not every shot, but it seems that way.
No, it does not get boring. I think hitting a really well-struck golf shot close to the pin is like an addicting feeling.
Obviously.
I mean, I think that's something that's cool about the game is that's what keeps everybody coming back. Golf's a game that drives people nuts, and then all of a sudden you hit hit this great shot, and it feels wonderful, and it flies right up there by the pin, and it just gives everybody hope. And sometimes that's how I feel out there. You know, I love the feeling of a well-struck golf shot. I love this game. I love going out and practicing by myself. I love playing golf, gambling at home with people, just messing around. You know, the game of golf's been a huge part of my life now for a long time, and you know, Lord willing, it'll be part of my life, you know, for a long time going forward as well.
Before the bogey on 18, it was like 68 straight holes that you played at par or better. When you're playing, are you aware of that stat?
I knew I'd gone a while without making a bogey. It doesn't really come into my thoughts too much out there, and I'm counting 18 as a par, by the way, too. That's not a bogey. I had driver 3 wood in there, and I wasn't about to try and chip it close to the pin and chip it over the green in the water, so I just chipped out there about 20 feet and then lagged it up there. But yeah, I mean, I think I was a little bit aware of it, but it's not something that I'm thinking about at all during the round. But I think kind of in the back of your head, you're aware that you're kind of running through a pretty good stretch.
Maybe the best news out of the Monday finish, no matter what form the tournament takes next year, Scottie should be back to defend his title. We want to thank all of our guests for making us just a little bit smarter. A special thank you to our viewers, you, for sharing your time with us. I'm Bob Stevens. If you missed anything at all, we'll be back in 90 minutes.